Travelers on the Omnibus occasionally touches on mature subject matter with mature language. As such, the audience discretion is advised.
Welcome back to Travelers on the Omnibus, a field trip through nerd and pop culture. My name is Ethan Skinner.
I'm James McCarthy.
I'm Brady Davis.
Jody Kite here.
It feels like it's been a while since I've hosted.
It's been a while. Anyway.
Okay.
Been a while since you've been here, with the exception of last week.
Yes.
Yeah.
The exception of last week.
Yeah.
Jay.
You have a 2-week streak going.
Hopefully I can reach next week.
There you go.
Hopefully.
Yes. Jay, what have you been doing?
Metal Gear Solid 5.
Okay, cool.
I've been doing more Venom Snake stuff, so it's been pretty cool. I've been enjoying that. And also Insomnia showed up again. This is our 20-something that I haven't been sleeping, so, deal.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Insomnia be damned.
Yeah, is the reason why you're in charge of the box tonight.
I'm all right with
Hit a button, see what happens. Yeah. And we can stop that. Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
okay.
Excellent. All right.
I'm very glad we can stop that now.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because it's not much the cricket sound, is that it's just that sound kind of gets in your ear and just kind of makes you,
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, let me.
I also didn't realize that there's like a wind blowing in the background of that sound.
Yeah.
Wait, let's listen to it again.
No, we don't have to. God damn it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
there's a little wind. Okay. Well, if you were listening to this to try to go to bed, sorry, folks.
Yeah.
Wish we hadn't done that to
That's
you.
the button that we pushed to test the sound.
Yeah.
Which I did not do.
Yeah, no, you just did la 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 la, and then you just kept turning the knobs up faster, and it was like, just go one by one until they're ready, man. And this is the way it is. It's okay. You're learning.
Yes,
you're learning.
I will learn this machine one day.
All right,
Brady, what you been doing?
Not too much. We decided, Holder and a couple of other people, that we're going to get into another miniatures game, A Song of Ice and Fire miniatures game. The good thing about this one is that you don't have to put together any models. They all become pre-built. It's from Cool Mini or Not, CMON, so they just come in a thing. And I got Greyjoy, who apparently is at the bottom of the barrel, but aesthetically that's what I liked. So
would you say they're the bottom of the ocean?
Probably.
They're drowned men.
Probably. Yeah, I picked up the starter box. The good thing about those is like every faction just has a starter box that you can just buy, which gives you enough to start playing. That and maybe one more unit, and they have like hero boxes, and you probably want to get one of those that has some more heroes to give you a little bit more options, and you're really like you've got enough. Like I maybe need like a couple more units and the other hero box, and I'm kind of done with what I need.
Is there a way you can like explain what like how the game
Yeah,
runs?
everything is played on trays. So you'll have a unit of like 12 men, but they'll all come in like a square tray with little spots where you put them in, and you just take them off as you take wounds. And everything moves where you have to like pivot the tray and then move it and things like that.
So like skirmish.
Yeah,
like,
it's skirmish. It's not as many models as Age of Sigmar. Age of Sigmar is kind of a bigger army, but it's kind of in between like a more skirmish type game.
The game is to me more regimental in the fact like wheeling and facing matter as far as how your movement goes. It's a lot like the old Warhammer Fantasy Battles. I think the success of this paired with the success of the Creative Assembly Total War Warhammer games that were set in the old world, I think that's the reason why they're bringing the old world back in. It from Games Workshop. That's just a idea that's just kind of
it's a very like you said, it's a very regimented game because everything is like facings like really matter, and because if you attack somebody from behind, you get like bonuses and
flanking
stuff like
and
that,
all that.
Flanking and stuff like that.
OG military stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like an old school, but it seems like it plays pretty fast. We're gonna probably be playing our first games of it this Thursday. It's it's another one of those games where John Sheldon, right? That's his last name.
John Sheldon,
yeah, friend of the show. John Sheldon.
He like forever ago he bought into it and was trying to get it and was trying to talk people into it, and then we just kept going no, and then we got into it, and now and so he's having to dust off his stuff. Did the same thing with like Star Wars Legion and stuff like that. Although I've only ever played like a half of a game of that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's one thing. The other thing is this weekend I went and saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Oh, that's big news. Big news.
It's kind of the only Marvel movie that I'm looking forward to, that I was looking forward to, because it's the last of the trilogy.
The last of that crew being together.
It's kind of wrapping up that crew, although they're hinting, I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. But it's the last one that even if they make more Guardians of the Galaxy, like James Gunn, obviously he's gone off to DC, so he's not going to be doing this anymore. But it was very, very good. I really liked it. I think it might be my favorite of the three. And I said in one of our chats, that I think that this is going to be like the best thing that comes, like this trilogy is the best thing that comes out of the Marvel, the MCU, and it pretty much stands alone. This third one, you might need to explain to somebody, okay, Gamora, the old Gamora is dead.
This is a new Gamora.
This is a new Gamora who's actually from an earlier time, so she hasn't met. Basically, this is Gamora from the very beginning of the first.
From the 2012.
Yeah, from the very first movie.
The first Avengers.
And before that happened.
Yeah. Before she encountered.
So she doesn't know them at all.
Yeah.
She's not a bad guy, but she just doesn't know or care about them. That's the only thing that you really have to even explain about that. Otherwise, you have to watch Infinity War and Endgame, which is those aren't bad movies either, so it's not that. But it pretty much stands alone.
What if instead of Gamora it was Gamora?
Gamora is a big part of my childhood. I wouldn't mind a flying saucer turtle.
Yeah, exactly.
Who breathes fire,
flying turtles.
Yeah, and fights giant monsters with knives on their heads. But yeah, it was really good. Like the story is like very effective. This one follows more of Rocket Raccoon's backstory. And it's got some very affecting moments. Like I got very emotional a couple of times.
Cool.
And it kind of brings some little plot, not really plot points, but like some just kind of character things, character arcs, kind of full circle. The main villain is really good, because it's the High Evolutionary is the main villain. And the guy who played him was really, really good. He was also in Peacemaker. I don't even want to pretend to say his name because I'm going to mispronounce it. I'm sorry. But the guy is really, really good. Like this is this is a different character for Marvel, because he is an irredeemable bad guy. There is nothing about him. It's not like Loki or Killmonger or any of these other ones,
or even Thanos.
Yeah,
with his moral
Thanos, where there's moral.
Yeah, it's something I've missed. Like I just want to hate somebody.
Oh, you will.
Yeah,
hate this. He is just a mad scientist, a piece of shit. Yeah, you looked it up and then you were like, I'm not even going to, huh? Yeah, yeah. He's just a piece of shit.
Good.
And it is for Marvel. It is very refreshing, because we've had and I like a complex villain, but like it's good to just go, oh, I hate this guy, and there's nothing that's going to happen that's going to make me not hate this guy.
Yeah, because it kind of takes away from the whole villain thing if every villain has some sort of like little small like moral reason for why they're doing something.
He's just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And that's just how he is.
Yeah, and he is very easy to hate, and it's very it's really, really good.
It's what a villain needs to be. It's just absolutely.
I would argue not always, but some variety is nice to where it's not just it's another complex villain.
They can't just all be cool villains.
Yeah. Right. This is a guy that nobody's gonna be. Yeah, High Evolutionary was right. If they do. Check their profile for swastikas, because he's kind of got that I'm going to make the perfect race
and not the Tibetan ones either.
Yeah,
the red, white, and black ones.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a really good movie. The only you could argue, I've seen some people argue that it's a little bit like all over the place and can kind of messy. I didn't get that, but I can kind of see what people think, say with that. The only thing about this one that I noticed while I was watching it, and this is kind of a minor thing, is that it felt like some of the uses of music weren't as effective as some of like there were some really effective uses of music sometimes, but other times it felt like it's just, we're gonna throw this song in here because it's the last one that I have. I'm James Gunn, this is the last one that I have, so I'm gonna get all of these songs in here.
Right.
Some of them worked a lot, but some of them it just felt like, okay, we have a scene, let's put this song here. It didn't have as much of an impact with some of the songs, but some of the songs were very good. There's it ends on a Florence and the Machine song that's like that like really works. But yeah, it's a really good movie. I would strongly suggest, like, this is I really don't give a shit about Marvel movies anymore.
Right.
I'm not going to go out of my way to watch them anymore. But this one I think is worth it, because that trilogy is like, if you own like one thing from the Marvel, get these 3 movies and watch them, because they are good. And for the vast majority of it, like except for a couple of plot points here and there, they stand alone. Especially those first two. Those first two absolutely stand alone.
Right.
You don't have to know anything about Infinity Stones to watch the first one.
Yeah, out of like the original 18 films, I think that Guardians is like one of the few that I've gone back to and watched a few extra times.
Yeah.
It's just an enjoyable movie to just.
Well, the characters are all likable and make sense in that world, unlike some other Marvel stuff where it's just like, what's happening?
Yeah, and it's not just like the humor is a little bit better.
Right.
I think like they do a little bit of that undercutting like serious moments, but like James Gunn knows when to like let a serious moment actually happen without sometimes he undercuts it, but like for the most part he knows when some things just need to play out.
Right.
And that does really well. But yeah, definitely, if you get a chance, check that out, because it's really, really good. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing.
Jody, what have you been up to?
I've been doing some research for reasons, and
are those fearology related reasons?
Yeah, probably. So
modesty. He got somebody else to do the plug.
I wasn't even trying there.
Sure.
So
3 non-episode.
Brady, if you had your own podcast, I would sneak the name of it in here. You don't have a podcast, and I sneak in Brady versus the world every once in a while.
I would forget that I had a podcast.
That's probably true. So
motherfucker, you weren't supposed to agree with that.
My memory's on the equal levels as well. I even forgot what the fuck I was about to say.
Watching movies for reasons.
Yeah. So I watched a movie called Soul Survivor. It came out in '83.
Okay,
and
that's not the one that I was thinking of. Soul something, but it was like a 2000s movie.
Yeah, there's a 2000s movie with that same name, which is very
hot garbage.
Yeah, right.
Even when I had terrible taste, I knew, ooh, this is bad.
So I'm gonna give you the plot line real quick of this movie, and then you're gonna tell me at least one, if not both, of the movies that this seems like they pulled from this movie. All right, so. It starts with like this woman has like a vision of a plane exploding, right?
Okay.
And she works for a TV channel that does local TV stuff. This is 80s, local TV was a thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And she calls the station manager to try and get this girl's name, or her phone number, I should say. And she calls like in the middle of the morning. He's like, "What do you want?" She's like, "I had a vision." He's like, "Your visions are bullshit." She's like, "I need this girl's phone number because she's going to be in a really horrible plane accident." He's like, "No, probably not." Well, she doesn't die in it, but something worse happens. And he goes, "She doesn't die," and then hangs up on her. And then, so a plane explodes. And this lady is the sole survivor, hence the name of the movie. And when she gets out of the hospital, she's got it towards the back to get, because there's press and she wants to avoid the press or whatever. So she goes through these like back corridors. It's very liminal space looking, and she goes out to the garage and she's just standing there, and there's a truck that's like slowly moving towards her, and she doesn't see it. She sees this little girl standing on this area of the loading dock or whatever, and this little girl's like kind of like trembling, and there's water like dripping from her fingers, and she looks really off, and then the truck literally almost hits her, and then our protagonist like runs around to like yell at the driver, "There's nobody in the vehicle." And then she looks up, and the girl is still standing there looking at her ominously. So you have like Final Destination, It Follows kind of vibes going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a moment where people that she knows are becoming like basically possessed by spirits of the people that did not survive the plane crash, and are committing suicide. But the corpses last long enough for them to try and get to. It's fucking crazy.
Oh, that's weird.
It's really strange.
Weird.
The only problem with the movie, not to oversell it, is that like there are a couple parts that are kind of like paced out bad, but that happens in these, and this was independently funded and everything.
Oh yeah.
So I watched that, and I watched Dog Soldiers. I don't know if you've seen that.
How were you able to watch Dog Soldiers? Because I've heard this hard. It's a hard movie too.
I cannot remember. I think it was on Stars. I think it's on Stars right now.
Oh wow. Okay.
I used Just Watch to see what streaming service it was on, and I want to say it was on Stars, and I got like a Stars is like one of the few things I haven't done a free trial on Prime with, and so I did that so I could watch Dog Soldiers and this other movie I watched called Dead Girl, which is really fucked up, and I'm not going to get into that.
Dog Soldiers is on Stars and Hulu with the premium subscription.
Yeah, it's on Stars.
That's this. You got to get a Stars.
And let me tell you, because we've talked about it before, probably off mic, the quality of the film looks like shit.
Yeah, I watched a thing on this. They can't like restore it because they've lost like the original.
The original print was lost in a fire or something.
Lost. So the only that's why like you're never gonna see it on like DVD or Blu-ray, and the quality of it is like really bad.
I want to say it was released on DVD once, but
a long
time ago. But it's the quality. It looks like you're watching it on a very old TV, very grainy, but it's worth it. If you've never seen.
I've heard it's one of the best werewolf movies. Like
it's good. I would say that I there's only so many really good werewolf movies.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's only a handful of really good.
We were talking about it on the way up here, me and Jay, and you mentioned Brotherhood of the Wolf.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. American Werewolf in London, of course.
Yeah.
According to Google, a lot of people really like the movie.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a very, very good movie.
Dog Soldiers is quality.
It's very visceral.
It's just that the only version that you're going to find of it is like looks really, really bad.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, the film quality is not the stock of the film isn't up to snuff. So I watched that. I wanted to watch Shallow Grave. That's another Scottish movie, but it's on HBO Max right now. So and I don't have HBO Max, nor do I have the ability to get a free trial. So that sucks. I don't know if you've ever seen Shallow Grave. Any of you guys ever seen Shallow Grave?
Sounds familiar, but I can't.
It stars a young Ewan McGregor. This is before Train Spotting.
Oh wow! And
it's him and two other Scottish actors, and they own an apartment building. They rent out one of the bedrooms to a guy, and the guy ODs and leaves a suitcase with over 100,000.
It's also got Christopher Eccleston.
Mm-hmm. It's got over 100,000, whatever the Scottish currency is. Like
fake money.
Yeah, it's $100,000, and so now that it's like, oh, they've got this guy who's died. What do they do? Because there's also this suitcase of $100,000. And so
I've heard of this.
And so they have to figure out, like, okay, we got to draw straws on who's cutting up the body. And man,
why are Scottish movies all about organized crime and or drug crimes?
Right? Yeah. There's that. There's and 28 days later. Also Scottish, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
So is that Cillian?
It's British.
Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, Cillian
Murphy.
Yeah.
Christopher Eccleston's also in that
Christopher
as well.
Eccleston's
Right.
in that.
Also true. Also military dudes.
Yeah.
Being assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
28 weeks later is an okay movie with one of the best opening scenes I've ever seen in a movie. And then after then it like goes
that movie
downhill.
tapers off.
Yeah.
Like that first, like your heart is racing in that opening section, and then it kind of it's just fine after that.
Right. Yeah.
28 days later. I need to get 28 weeks later because I want to watch both of them like back to back again because it's been quite some time since I've watched those.
Was there a third movie?
No, they never made. They were supposed to make like 28 months later, but it just kind of fell apart.
I mean, at some point, kind of like in 28 weeks later, it's like the bodies will start just decomposing at some point.
Well, that was the point. Yeah, at the end of 28 days later, spoilers for a really old zombie movie. They kind of burn themselves out. But then, like, a new infection starts in 28 weeks later.
Right, yeah. The rage virus.
Yeah, because they find somebody who carries the virus but isn't affected by it.
Right. Patient zero.
So they can infect other people, but they don't show symptoms.
By the way, just in case you wanted to watch a cabin fever movie, just watch Patient Zero. It's the only good one.
Oh, okay.
Also, Jeremy Rayner is in 28 weeks later. I did not know that.
I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen both of those.
The main character he's the main character until he's not in 28 weeks later. He is also I can't remember his name, but he's a well-known character actor who's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And he's I think he's Scottish. So.
Yeah, I think he was in Trainspotting, to be honest.
Yeah, he was in Trainspotting.
Yeah, he was one of the guys.
He's in all like the Scottish movies.
Can we name a Scottish actor that wasn't in Trainspotting? I don't think we can.
I can't.
Sean Connery was probably on set.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, damn it, where's the cocaine?
Yeah, we only got heroin. That was Irish.
I don't want to.
That was a disturbing movie with a disturbing fake baby doll crawling on the ceiling.
That's a fucked up movie. That's one of those, hey, you don't want your kids to do drugs, show them this and wreck them for a dream, and they will never fucking do drugs.
And I will give you the trifecta and also Basketball Diaries.
I've never watched that one.
Yeah, that's a good
Basketball
one.
Diaries is really good. You need to watch it. It's based on a true story. It's based off the story of Jim Carroll, who is a Catholic boy. That's actually the name of his punk album he made in '85. It stars a young Mark Wahlberg and also early work from Leonardo DiCaprio. He was in that as well.
That was one of his first movies.
He plays Gilbert Grape, I think, came right before that, but I think it's about the same time. Well, a couple years after Gilbert Grape. They basically play Catholic boys who start on like low grade pills and then fucking like, hey man, heroin time. And it gets fucking just nuts. It gets really crazy. In fact, that movie came out right before Columbine, and Leonardo DiCaprio's character, Jim Carroll, had a dream where he went into his school with a black trench coat. And it was right before Columbine. And I think when the movie came out about the same time.
Oh, wow.
And it was like, there was a lot of problems that, there's probably news articles about like, you can't. But I mean, it's like the movie was already shot and everything.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah, that's what I've been up to.
All right. Well, not a lot has been happening with me. I also watched a movie. I want to say the other day. In 2008, Mirrors came out.
Kiefer Sutherland.
I saw it on HBO Max, and for some reason I had this like memory in my mind where it was like I was younger, and my parents, they had some friends over, and and I picked up the box case. I'm like, what movie is this? And one of the kids explains to me, oh yes, it's a horror movie where if you look into a reflection, your reflection kills you. I'm like, oh, and then it's just been in my memory ever since. And I saw it, I'm like, huh, it's that movie I remember. And so I watched it. It was mid. Like nothing too special about it.
Yeah, they made I think more than one sequel.
They made a sequel in 2010.
Yeah, I think there's a third one.
There was not.
Kiefer Sutherland's either in really good movies or really mid movies.
Yeah,
there is no in between with him.
Yeah. And then Bianca came home and it got to the point where one of the people, I want to say is like the main protagonist. Sister, it got to the point where her reflection was like ripping her jaw open, and Bianca's like, "What the fuck are you watching?" I'm like, "A movie. What does it look like?" I'm watching.
You told her it's a documentary for work.
A lot of movies do that ripping the jaw open thing. That's a common trope.
Yeah, but like it still goes into that like body mutilation. That is like body mutilation. Something I'm not a big fan of.
You couldn't handle some of the things I've seen, kid.
Yeah. You wouldn't believe things that I've seen.
Tack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion.
I've seen Tetsuo the Iron Man.
Yeah.
I've seen dogs rip Dakota Fanning to pieces.
Yeah.
Nah, don't know any of that. No.
Yeah.
Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah,
Cannibal
that is
Holocaust.
crazy. That is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
There's a scene in the movie Gates of Hell where a zombie priest stares at a woman while she's in a car, and she becomes so overwhelmed that she throws up all of her bodily organs in anatomically correct fashion.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
Yep.
That's,
all of her organs right out of her mouth.
Interesting.
Yep. And then she becomes a zombie.
play.
And then she becomes a zombie.
Huh. I mean,
Lucio Fulci.
I mean, that's one way of becoming a zombie, I guess.
Yeah. And in the movie Zombie, a zombie punches a shark. There you go.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how the movie starts.
That sounds
Yeah.
awesome.
A zombie punches a shark.
Yeah.
But other than a mid movie, me and my buddy James Throne, shout out to James, we are doing. Me and him decided to do something together. We are doing a playthrough of a Pokemon game on our computers. I mean, not on our computers.
Yeah, allegedly.
On a Nintendo DSs.
Licensed Nintendo product.
Yes. And we're doing a partner Nuzlocke challenge.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
Yeah, none of those words are in the Bible, Ethan.
So,
I understand it, but I'll let the boy explain it. Well, hold on. We have to reboot Jody. Jody just blue screened. Jody just blue screened. Hang on. He's rebooting as we speak. You okay? Okay.
Brady got me.
Had flashes of former Pentecostal going through
Brady
your head.
got me.
okay, gotcha.
Water's shooting out of my eyes.
Oh, man.
All right. So a Nuzlocke challenge is you're playing a playthrough of a Pokemon game.
Okay.
But every time a Pokemon faints, it dies, and you cannot use it ever again.
Okay.
And there's like multiple stipulations with it. You can only catch one Pokemon per route. You have to nickname Pokemon so that way you can become emotionally attached to them.
Okay.
And it's just something
that way it becomes true dog fighting.
Yes. And so it's something that we've always talked about doing. And then we're like, hey, I'm bored. You want to do something with me for the next 2 months? Maybe is like, sure, why not?
Oh, which one of the 80 million Pokemons are you playing?
We are playing Black and White 2.
Oh, okay.
For the license.
You could lie about those, and I would be like, sure, that's fine. You could have any color, anything like that. I would have went with it.
Yeah. But he's having a fun time. I'm enjoying it so far. So yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good. Sometimes you got to do some.
Well, it's kind of hard whenever your friends all the way in Salt Lake City in Utah.
Oh, yeah.
People used to snail mail each other to play diplomacy.
Yeah. Oh, there's like a well-known, like a whole bunch of like game designers who I don't think they're in it anymore, but they were in like a email correspondence game of diplomacy.
Holy
shit. Those games still go on to this day.
Yeah, they still have, but I don't know the specific one that I'm thinking of. I don't know. You want
to talk about hardcore like cheating and trolling in video games? Snail mail games is even worse. So there's this one game of diplomacy. The gentleman gets the mail, like he's playing in the game, but he's also the router of all the mail in the thing. And this the mail that is being sent out to everyone is, I am stopping in these 3 cities. I am going no further. He steamed the envelope open, read the mail, redid the thing by tracing over the words, and then traced the letters of the words that would then say, I am attacking these 3 cities and I am continuing on further. Do not stop me. Put the letter back in, resealed it, and sent it off. That's analog hacking, if I would say so myself.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have the person routing all the mail to be the same, to be in the game.
In the game, yes.
That was on them.
This same person in another game, he went to visit one of the people who attacked him. I want to stress this. They're playing a play-by-mail game across the country. This sumbitch jumped in a plane, flew to the other side of the country, and said, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? Like, in order to play in these games, you have to dox yourself. Back in the day. There you go.
Yeah. Jody, where can the fine people listen to us?
Well, they can find us on Saga. Is,
are you drunk?
Yeah.
Have you been secretly drinking alcohol?
You're still recovering from that earlier joke?
Yeah, that joke killed me earlier.
There you go.
Is your coffee spiked?
Yeah, I got salted caramel whiskey in my mocha frappuccino. No sponsor, but we're waiting. Give me a minute.
You don't even have to sponsor. Just send us free shit.
Right.
We won't mention you. Just send us shit.
We're on Apple Music.
Yeah,
Amazon Music,
that's one of those. That's
Google Play,
That is it. Yes,
and one other one.
The most important one, because there are hosts.
Spotify.
Yes.
Saga.
Yes.
We're on the Saga.
That was more of an Ags, but
Eggs.
You did a better job than I, because I don't ever remember any.
I
of
was
them,
stretching there. You can also message us directly on Spotify and take part of any polls, any questions. You could also email us at travelers.on-the-omnibus1l@gmail.com.
Yes. Speaking of emailing us, Jay, do we have any feedback?
We have feedback this week from one Lionel Clark, aka teacher over in art teacher over in Goshen, but also my cousin. Nepotism. There we go. It's like, feedback. Episode 9, media that needs to end. Kiss and everything to do with them. I've heard they're about to put out a documentary, and that is just going to start the hype up all over again. Those guys just need to stop. They are super entertaining, but damn. You know what?
Yeah.
Check plus.
Of all the people to have a podcast show in the world, Howie Mandel has one, and Paul Stanley was on there not too long ago, and he was talking to Paul about all things Kiss or whatever. And Paul's like, yeah, we're gearing up for our final world tour. And Howie Mandel's like, why? And Paul was like, I'm 70 years old. I can do it, but I can't do it to the extent that we used to do it.
I can do it, but I can't do it again.
Yeah, Kiss has not ever been a... There's like one Kiss song that I like, and I like it okay. So I if they went away forever, I wouldn't be upset. Also, Gene Simmons is a gigantic piece of shit.
He is a piece of shit, and they were one of the first bands that figured out how to make as much money as possible on merchandising.
Oh yeah, the Kiss casket.
Yeah, you can have a casket. You can be buried in a Kiss casket.
That's
that's the thing.
Do you like Doom, Would you prefer if your Doom looked like Kiss Psycho Circus?
Yeah,
Yep.
Kiss Psycho Circus. At one point, I don't know.
Calling Kiss Psycho Circus Doom with Kiss is insulting to Doom because from what I remember, that game was shit.
It wasn't bad, honestly. It just it's why do I have to have a Kiss game?
Well, they were doing.
We also got the Demon in was it WCW?
Yeah,
Yep.
They were trying to do the
Demon Dale Torbor.
Right, they were trying to do the multimedia thing with the Psycho Circus thing because they had an album, they had a comic book, and then they had the video game.
I think that there were also toys.
There were probably toys. They tried to sue ICP or vice versa.
There was an earlier Marvel comic book, and they went the printing place for Marvel was in Buffalo, and they drove them to Buffalo so they could drop their blood into the ink.
Yeah,
because every copy of the Kiss book had some of their blood in it.
And I know there's a Scooby-Doo movie made with Kiss.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. Kiss. If it went away, I wouldn't be upset with that. But I don't care. I care so little about Kiss that I would have never even thought.
I don't
of them.
think of Kiss until someone mentions Kiss.
Yes.
Well, I think of Kiss from time to time because it reflects on the Satanic Panic. You know, Kiss stands for Knights in Satanic Service.
Yeah.
Or Satan's Service, or whatever.
It was Satan's Service.
ACDC is Antichrist Devil's Children.
Yeah.
And so forth and so on. So, you know.
Yeah, well, it's easier to get to hell than it is to heaven because it's a highway to hell, but there's a stairway to heaven.
Oh, well,
you
yeah.
That's not something from the Satanic Panic.
Right,
That's just a joke I heard one time.
Continuing, episode 14, Old Boy. Man, this movie sounds awesome. Here's a top 5 list idea for Brady. Top 5 awesome movies that you can actually watch. That's a dick move, man. He was talking about the fact that you can't watch Old Boy unless you have a decades old DVDs, which thankfully we had.
My Blu-ray is not decades old. It's like 10 years old.
It's
a decade.
It's decade old. Thank you very much, sir.
You went back in time and bought that. Anyway, episode 15, top 5 movie villains. How did the Predator and the aliens from Aliens not get mentioned at least once in the discussion? I think we briefly touched on the Xenomorph, maybe. But here's the weird part. Predator
Xenomorph was on my short list. Predator, I think, might have been on my short list as well.
I think we were going,
and my short list was actually it's not a short list; it's a long list.
My choices were based off of personality as well, and those things are cool, but they're more of a malevolence,
the Xenomorph especially is more of those force of it's kind of like Jaws,
right?
It's basically a
force of nature,
right? It's kind of like a force of nature. The Predator, I would argue, has personality, but you never
not much.
But you never get much from the Predator because you never know what the fuck the Predator's saying or anything like that. You just are assuming from its actions.
It's just a being that's trying to kill me.
Yeah.
I don't. This is going to sound strange because he is, but I don't think of him this way. I don't think of the Predator as a villain.
Huh?
I don't. I just don't. I respect him too much.
Big game hunter.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's definitely
he is a villain. Let me in an objective.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
I don't feel like he's a villain.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, Jay.
Yeah, it doesn't later of the Predator movies also it made it less. They were less villainous than.
Okay, have y'all seen Prey?
Yes,
I have not.
Would you say that the Predator in Prey is more villainous than the earlier adaptations?
I think it's just it's mostly the Aliens versus Predator did a number on the Predator where it kind of made him more he was basically the second protagonist,
lesser of two evils
in that movie.
No, it's not even evils. And also the fact that those are young predators in training. They're not the full on predator. Because that's what they come to the planet to fucking train and shit.
Yeah.
So there was that also. It's not I've dealt with this for 1,000 years. Here's how you deal with it. No, these guys are they just got their weapons and they're we have to figure out what we're doing here.
But the Predator from Prey was more like the first Predator in that, and in some the second Predator as well, where it was just they were coming here to hunt. You know. They're kind of they're a villain that like their morals are just different than our morals.
Yeah. Also, Predator 2, Predator killed Gary Busey, so that's plus points in my book.
Yeah.
He chopped his fucking head off, and you don't see it. You just see like a fountain of blood. It's amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
So again, I love the show, guys, and keep doing your thing. P.S. How about you guys run a DCC episode for a show? I'd come play. Let me put this to the guys now, and let me put it to also you, Lionel, when you're listening. How about you run us in a DCC? Like,
I don't know shit about DCC.
Yeah,
I think I
DCC stands for Dungeon Crawl Classic.
Yeah, I know what it is, but
I know what it is. I just don't.
It is.
Hardcore.
I will call it D&D adjacent. It is very much more so. Literally, it's a dungeon crawl. The fact that your character smiles, frowns, or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just like get through this dungeon.
Grocknar,
I think I
whatever.
played one game of DCC.
I think I played one game as well.
I have not played.
But let's throw it out there. The passengers. If there's a game you'd like to run for us, and you want to pitch the idea, and we might say yes or no.
Yeah, get on our soon to be Patreon and click that tier where it's you can run a game.
That's
for
the third monthly tier.
Yeah,
you pay us money and then do all the work.
Yeah,
and then travel all the way here.
Yeah.
Are you referencing a certain person, perhaps?
No, I'm not representing. No, I actually am not.
Maybe from the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
But actually, no, I wasn't thinking about him at all.
Okay.
But yeah, do all of that, and then you can. It's just those simple things.
There you go.
No, I gotta mention something since Brady mentioned Patreon. Let me tell you real quick. Side note: so Good Mythical Morning, right? Not podcast, but they do have a podcast. But they have like YouTube channel and everything.
Yeah,
like
GMM as opposed to DCC.
These motherfuckers have like monetization.
Oh wow.
Okay, like a couple years ago, they started this fucking website, right? It's called the Mythical Society.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard of it.
And the thing about the Mythical Society is like they had their regular website with their regular stuff on it.
Yeah.
And then they have their Mythical Society website where you have to like there's a low and a high, and I think the high is like probably like $10 a month or whatever. Mm-hmm. They have tiers, and you can only buy things that they have on there if you're a certain tier.
Yeah.
So they have monetization.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is genius.
Well, it's just like, with Andrew Tate, you had to, you could pay some money, pay like $75 a month, and you could be a part of Hustlers University and learn all the tricks of the trade. Mm-hmm. But you could pay him $5,000 and join the War Room, which turned out to just be like a shitty Discord server of just all these other people who paid $5,000.
Right.
But no, it's the top of the top.
Oh,
it's the people.
okay.
It's the people running things behind the scenes. Who are supposed to be there to get him out of any trouble. But we see how that worked. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's just like that.
I was hoping to avoid Andrew Tate. I was going to say
you can cut this out. I mean, it's
no,
fine.
we're not cutting it out. We've mentioned the devil's name, and if we delete him, he'll only seek us out.
Well,
he's on house arrest in Romania. He's not going to seek anybody out.
He'll find a way.
He's going to sit in his
Andrew Tate is like Candyman. If you say his name 3 times in
a fucking robe, smoking a cigar, trying to act really tough.
I still love the fact that
he fought ghosts while he was in solitary confinement.
Yeah. What the fuck? According to
he fought ghosts and won.
Legitimately, his Twitter account during that time is worth looking at just for the sheer insanity.
No,
yeah, just the fucking trying to be so tough, but actually, man, this is sad. Fucking sad.
Well, my whole thing is he's got a social media team. He may not have even written word 1.
I think because he had a phone while he was in prison, and he like would tell them like what to tweet and stuff like that. Like,
do you think the Romanians
because the shit is like definitely like it's straight Andrew Tate bullshit. I'm sorry. I cut you off.
That's quite all right. I'm just saying, like, he was about to cut me off. This is becoming a theme now. No, I just think that I think the Romanian police did that just so they could watch him just go nuts.
Mm-hmm.
That is possible. That is very possible.
If you lovely passengers would like to send us interesting Andrew Tate facts, you can email us again at travelers-on-the-omnibus.
Really getting that
at gmail.com.
making sure that everybody knows that.
All right, motherfucker, I'm the only one that checks the email, so you've signed me up for a fucking mailing list that I did not want to be a part of.
Yeah, it's fine with me. I don't ever have to look at it.
Yeah, same.
Well, I think we've gotten everything out of the way. Now let's get into it. Welcome back to Omnibus Plays. This time, we are delving into the Sword Coast. Throughout the years, there's been rumors of a rogue wizard that's gone mad with time, and he's made all these claims of him regaining what he's lost. Everyone discarded all these thoughts, thinking he was just talking crazy. That all changed one day when the sky turned gray. We turn to
The sky or the guy?
the sky.
Okay, never mind.
Porque no los dos.
I didn't know if we were all going to be in sepia. Sorry.
We turn to the heart of Waterdeep as we close in onto the guild hall for the Guardians of the Future, an established guild created by Zathaniel Stormborn, a well respected dwarf cleric who's managed to bring peace amongst the greater Sword Coast. He explains that the wizard Eleander has obtained some kind of artifact that has allowed him to carry out his schemes. There's rumors that throughout decades of him searching for this power, he's no longer a mere mortal, and that only a select few can band together and bring his cause to an end. He brings in 3 individuals, all of whom have no connection with each other, but they are the only ones that could put an end to Eleander. We turn to a stout dwarf. Describe your character.
My character is not stout, as he only has strength 10 and constitution 10. But he is a dwarf by the name of Durgin Flintfingers. He is the preeminent entertainer along the Sword Coast, and is in no way, shape, or form a master thief. He opens up all introductions with "Hello there," and then he, because he likes to do Obi-Wan and Kenobi impersonations. It's great. That's his opener. "Hello there," and then he plays Wonderwall. Here's
Wonderwall.
Anyway, yeah. No, he doesn't do that because that's just fucking cliched.
Oh, and hello there isn't.
Isn't yet. They don't know about Star Wars yet. It's the Sword Coast.
We turned from the dwarf to a tall and slender-looking elfin figure.
Yeah, you can call me Shadowblade, and none of you understand my pain.
Everyone's confused by the elf as he
flips his hair.
Everyone is less confident in the elf as they all turn towards the scaly acquaintance.
Fuck, it's a Khobold.
The scaly acquaintance standing beside the elf.
I am Turtle, acolyte of Tiamat.
Zathaniel turns to...
Hello there.
Hi.
Whatever. Flips his hair.
Zathaniel, with less faith in his voice, says, "These are the saviors
These are the saviors?
I'm legitimately just here to play Wonderwall. Anyway, here he goes. How many special people change? How many lives? See, it's funny because that's Champagne Supernova.
I was about to say, that doesn't sound like Wonderwall.
Well,
where were you?
We, the guild, thank each and every one of you for accepting our call of aid.
It's whatever.
There are reports that Eleander has his his base on the Sword Coast, deep in the heart of the Anorak Desert. I will do my best to teleport you as close to his base as possible, but once you are teleported, there's not much more than we can assist with.
Cool.
we, the guild, have, however, gathered all of our funds, and we've managed to provide 2 supreme healing potions for y'all to assist you.
There's 3 of us.
It is all.
One of us is getting left out.
Oh hell!
It is all that we could afford on such short notice.
Okay.
So you 3 have a total of 2 supreme healing potions.
You just said that.
What is OOC? What is a supreme healing potion?
Supreme healing potion. It is 10d4 plus 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a lot of D4s.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't bring that many D4s.
Got 3.
We'll have to pool our resources.
6 here. We'll have to pool our resources for their pooled resources.
When y'all are ready, meet me outside, and I'll stand in the center of the teleportation circle, and I'll send y'all on your way. And Nathaniel walks through the double doors behind him as he's preparing the teleportation circle.
Do you think his name is just Nathaniel and he just took the N 90 degrees and that's why he's Nathaniel?
That's probably what happened.
That makes sense. Flips his hair.
There you go. I'm waiting for Turtle to do something fun and funny. I believe in him.
Don't put pressure on him.
Purge the evil.
Oh, I didn't know you were from 40K.
Purge.
Cleanse the Xenos.
Only Tiamat can be evil.
That's an interesting way to do that.
There you go, yeah.
I guess we
purge all the evil that isn't Tiamat.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess we need to go out here or whatever.
Are you painted in 5 colors?
Of course.
All right, I like this.
Let's run with that.
All right.
Each scale on his armor is a different color.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
Rainbow dragons.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So as you guys are
Of evil.
of evil,
Tremble in my power.
That's no small feat, but you have small
shit.
feet.
So as you guys walk out, and Nathaniel is finishing up the teleportation circle, and
Thank you, Scotty.
I guess we just gotta stand here or whatever.
yes, stand in the center.
Fine.
All right, we're standing in the circle.
So Nathaniel kind of like rubs his hands together, says an incantation of sorts under his breath, and you start to see like the circle around y'all, although it's like carved into stone with chalk, it's starting to like glow and almost like rise up as if it's coming off of the ground. You see it start to like crackle with this blue lightning as it jumps amongst the lines. And then Nathaniel kind of like slams his hands onto the ground, and in an instance, y'all are no longer in Waterdeep.
Oh, I forgot to turn on my atomic bomb.
Oh shit! I left my stove on.
Yeah, next to my atomic bomb.
After all of y'all have like regained your sight and your senses from teleporting, you guys find yourself in the heart of the desert. You still see that.
Did they tell us we were going to the desert? Otherwise, we packed inappropriately.
Yes.
I have to take this parka off. Hang on 1 second. All right.
This is barren and arid like my soul.
Yeah.
So, you guys find yourself in the desert, and typically it's all this humid, this intense heat. In this area.
Technically, it's a desert, so there is no humidity.
But
desert means without water.
No, I want to be in a humid desert. Let's fucking go.
Oh
Let's see what the fuck happens.
That's terrible.
But
Dungeons and Dragons, you can have humid deserts.
but you don't feel
It's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
You don't feel this excruciating heat. You feel as if you didn't. It feels like the exact same weather as if you're back in Waterdeep. All the clouds are still like darkened out. The sky is still gray, almost as if there's nothing. All of this is unnatural. And as you guys are observing your area, you see towards the west, there's this green like warbling energy beacon.
Oh no, it's the Lochnar!
Headbangers and leather. I start singing because I'm an entertainer. Sparks flying in the dead of the night.
It's so bleak. I like this. I feel conflicted about having to defeat this guy.
It's your one-way ticket to midnight. Call it heavy metal.
So y'all could assume that Eleander's base is towards where the beacon is.
All right.
I guess we will head towards this beacon.
All right.
All right. Someone give me a survival check, please.
Oh, shit.
Can all of us do it or only one do it?
I'll allow 2 people.
That's not going to be good for me.
I should probably do it.
Okay. I have a plus, well, 2 people can do it, so it doesn't hurt. I have a +3.
I have a 4.
Okay, and you have a.
I have a 0.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Dropping it in the tower now.
That is a 17 on the dice.
Oh, that's good.
So I got a 21 total.
I am at a 14.
21, 14. So as you guys are moving westwards, you still have to navigate the shifting sands, all the various dunes that shift underneath your feet.
We have to walk without rhythm so that we don't attract the worm.
But luckily, the Khobold.
I was thinking of Derulian sands.
That works too. Yep.
Luckily, the Khobold and
we have to step like this. You
have to use this exact pattern.
And then we can break out an open string.
We made great time doing this.
Yeah, we made it there. It was good.
After the completion of the foot rhythm, and after some amount of time of being blacked out by music.
I'm not that good a musician.
It was all a sandstorm, a Derulian sandstorm.
Anyway,
The opposite of dangerous.
yeah.
All of y'all finally get your senses back after some sandstorm blowing over you.
Yeah.
It was by Darude.
It was the Darude.
Yeah.
This
Darude sandstorm. Damn, I've
Derulian
been
sandstorm. Yes. You find yourself staring at this kind of like desert oasis area, like amongst all the grains of sands, all the barren wastelands. You see this flourishing area of like palm trees, of exotic flowers sprout out, and you see nothing but a humble cabin amongst the oasis. As you guys
Disbelief from illusion.
as you guys are approaching it, it doesn't seem like it's an illusion or of any kind, but this is an actual physical place. You see that there's a gravel walkway from the desert leading up to the double doors of this cabin, with statues following along the gravel pathway, and on top of this cabin, you see that this is the source of the green beacon shooting into the sky.
Oh, we got a sky beam. We know what to do here.
One moment.
So you guys find yourself at the beginning of the gravel path leading to the cabin.
Leading to the cabin.
Yes.
How far is the cabin away from the gravel path?
The gravel path is a good, let's say it's a 50-foot long path, about 10 feet wide.
To the cabin.
To the cabin, yes. And kind of like snakes around the stone statues.
I cast Find Traps.
Find Traps. After you cast your spell, you don't really sense any kind of traps that could be seen or hidden around whatsoever. But you do happen to get some kind of feeling whenever your wave of magic hits the front door, the double doors.
Oh.
It really sucks because I thought I took Dispel Magic, but apparently I did not. That's not good. Well, I don't have the wisdom to sense any of these traps, so
it ain't matter. Just, I wonder what this red button does. Oh no! What does this red button do? When the crow meets the butterfly. That's the worst trap of all.
God. What are
Take 1d6 sonic damage.
What are
that's psychic damage.
what is everyone's passive perceptions?
Mine is 25.
16.
Gotcha. 16. Passive perception is 10 plus your perception.
If you're
ability score.
if you are proficient in perception, you also get your proficiency bonus.
Yes.
20.
And mine is 25 because I have
25,
expertise
gotcha.
in perception.
Okay, all of you, as you guys are observing the gravel pathway, the cabin, after Turtle has relayed that the front door is something funky with it, you all notice that the statues, they're not really in like a uniform, they're not looking in a uniform direction. You all see that the statue closest to the entrance to the beginning of the path is looking at another statue, with that statue looking at a different statue, and that one looking at the front door, almost as if there's some kind of sequence that they're staring at.
Interesting.
Let's check let me look around the base of the statue and see if there's any like knobs or buttons or gizmos or anything like that.
Okay, roll me an investigation check, please.
Yeesh. 16.
16,
Nice.
okay. You look around the base of the statue. You don't really find any like handles or knobs or anything like that. But what you do notice about it is that on the statue itself, there's almost like a crest. That's like a dead center of it, with a pile of flames engraved in it. And at the base of the statue, there's a plaque with some words written on it.
So if they're in common, Elvish, or Dwarvish, I can read that.
You do not understand this language.
Okay.
If they're in Draconic, Infernal, Abyssal, Common.
Turtle, you do understand this as it is written in Infernal.
Infernal.
Mm-hmm.
That is that demon or devil? I can't remember.
Basic. I think it's either or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, one's one, one's another. But it's fine.
Well, I think demons and devils are both infernal. It's just that they're different types of infernal or something like that.
I don't know about fifth, but
maybe I could be.
In 3.5, they're like one was abyssal, one was infernal.
Oh yeah. Infernal is devils. Then abyssal is demonic because demons are from the abyss.
So is it abyssal? Is that what you said?
It is
Infernal.
Infernal.
Yes.
So devilly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You read the plaque. The fire I have for you will never die.
The fire I have for you will never die.
Is that a lyric of yours that you wrote in your?
Write that down.
Okay, there you go.
The fire I have for you will never die. And this is like just the first statue we come across.
Yes, this is the first statue.
And then there's another one.
There's 3 of them. You said right.
Three in total, yes.
There's 3 in total.
All right.
We should probably see what the other one.
What was the other one?
What's the other one?
You come up to the second one.
It's probably in a different language.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume.
Whereas you look at it, and again, it has this crest on the center of its chest, but instead of flames, you see this like writhing like thunderstorm instead, with lightning,
sparky
with
stuff.
lightning strikes
Yeah.
engraved in
Does
it.
that also have a plaque on it?
It does, and you still understand it.
Is
Cool.
it still in Infernal?
It is, yes.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Devil language.
The storm forever rages on until we are together again.
The storm forever rages on until we are together again.
We got a lovesick guy on our hands.
And I guess
Watch this guy. Yeah, let's go to the next one and see what that one says. Let's get all the information. And then we can solve
and
this
then
puzzle.
and then we'll go forward with that.
At the third statue, the crest, instead of a writhing thunderstorm, it is but a lonely head tombstone with a skull at the base of it.
Sweet.
And
I like this guy's aesthetic.
the plaque,
pretty cool.
The plaque reads in Infernal again. Even in death, your memory will be with me.
Even in death, your memory will be with me.
Thank you, Casey Kasem.
I think we got a wife guy on our hands. We got a.
And you'll notice that this statue, instead of looking at any of the other statues, it is instead looking at the
At the door?
doors, yes.
At the door.
Looking at the door. Yes, my many years of adventuring the door, the ultimate foe.
The ultimate test.
Is it
Well,
because is it because you're 2 feet tall and
Yeah,
all doorknobs start at 3 feet?
Yeah.
3 feet, sir. I'm 3 feet tall.
What,
Yeah.
Where have you been
Don't
going?
sell him short.
Why are you going to places with 4-foot doorknobs?
Don't have a choice. The world's built against me.
Yeah, if I had to deal with all that, I'd probably join Tiamat too.
That's right.
Me, I got a cool sword, so it made up for it.
Have you seen my warhammer? It's made out of bone. I don't even know how I can carry it.
By the grace of God and a heathen altar stone.
Okay, so
I'm gonna detect evil on the door.
Okay. You cast your spell. You don't detect any kind of evilness from the door.
it is not an evil door. That is helpful information.
That makes me even more suspicious.
We should probably. I mean, we probably eventually just need to fucking try the door. Why all this elaborate shit?
Yeah.
We've
We've narrowed it down to white collar crimes that the door has committed.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So as you guys are
Victimless crimes.
as you guys are looking at the door, you don't really see that it has any like traditional like doorknobs or hinges.
Of course not.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, you see 3 symbols like engraved in the door that had almost as if they're like buttons of sorts. The order of the symbols goes in skull, fire, lightning.
I hit fire, lightning, skull. See what happens.
Fire, lightning, skull.
Yeah.
Yes.
You notice after each press of the button disappears into the door as the button glows this like ember red. And the same thing follows with the lightning in this like, electric yellow and finally the skull in this like evil purple.
You said the door wasn't evil. You lied to us.
Evil-ish color.
Evil-ish. Oh, okay.
And,
Evil adjacent.
By evil-ish, do you mean butter pecan?
and as
You're trying to say butter pecan is evil?
Evil-ish.
and
Mint chocolate chip. Evil-ish.
Yeah, I'll co-sign. Co-sign. Anyway.
As soon as the skull glows its full color, you suddenly see all the symbols start to vanish.
Okay.
As you now see the double door start to separate, and there's now doorknobs for you to open the door.
How many doorknobs?
Just one.
Just one.
Just one.
Just one.
And
How tall is it up?
Can Turtle reach it?
Can Turtle reach it?
Turtle can reach it.
Okay.
Okay.
Now,
We got one that you can reach, man.
Yeah.
We got.
They're at least OSHA compliant.
Now, as all of y'all are, I don't believe OSHA's is OSHA in Faerun?
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, OSHA's
I mean,
everywhere.
Yeah.
As you guys are celebrating Turtle's ability to reach the doorknob, you all start to hear this like cracking come from behind you.
Cool.
Hello, cracking.
And as you guys turn around, you all start to see that the statues are starting to move as each of them jump down from their pedestals with their crests start to glow the color of what their symbol is.
Awesome.
I look at them and I go, "Hello there."
They all stare at you.
Hi.
One moment.
Uno momento.
One moment. One moment in time.
I'm going to take this opportunity to summon my packed blade.
Okay. As all of the stone giants start to stare at Durgin, and Shadowblade summons his packed weapon, I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Cool.
This plus your dex modifier plus any bonuses you have from some sort of thing.
That is correct.
Mine will be 10.
12.
17.
All right, we start the first round of initiative with Turtle. As 3 stone golems are staring all 3 of you down. For context, the furthest golem is away from you about 50 feet. The second one's away about 30 feet, and the third one's away from you about 10 feet. As you guys are at are in front of the double doors.
I think I'll do the most non-cleric thing I could possibly do at this time and hit 1.
Okay.
Cool.
Which one are you going for? The closest to you, or
The closest to me.
Okay, the closest one to you.
Yes.
All right,
No, he's gonna fling that thing 50 feet and hit that guy square in the schnoz.
All right, roll to attack, please.
19 on the dice.
All right, that will be a hit.
Awesome.
Real quick, with your proficiency, that would be 25, and then with your strength, what's your strength?
My strength is 1.
20. So that's a 26 to hit. That's very good.
A mighty hit.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
A mighty hit.
Yes.
So that is
I think we agree on D8.
Yep.
Yeah. Unless you were using it versatilely, which was a D10, but basically if you used it two-handed.
So that's 11.
Just 11 straight up damage.
11 damage.
All right, a mighty blow to it.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else from Total?
Don't really think.
Incidentally, passengers, yes, he has a sweet weapon that is basically a warhammer of giant killing, but it also on a critical roll, he gets an additional elemental effect that fires up at random, which is pretty cool.
And he doubles the he rolls 2 additional damage dice.
Oh, that's gross.
Whether it is single-handed or two-handed.
There you go.
So he either gets an additional 2d8 or an additional 2d10.
Good stuff.
Okay. So as a bonus action,
Okay.
because I'm a Khobold, let's see. I can use this, before I tell you what it is, I'm going to say I can use this trait a number of times equal to my proficiency bonus and regain those during a long rest. I have a 6 in my proficiency bonus, so I can do this 6 times total. Draconic Roar is a bonus action. So until my next turn, me and my allies have an attack roll advantage against the enemies that can hear my roar, which is within 10 feet of us.
Okay. So all 3 of you have advantage to hit on
this one specific.
On the closest stone golem to you.
So we have advantage rolls.
Okay.
Awesome. That's sweet.
Is that the end of your turn total?
I guess since it was right by, so I can move away from it since I didn't move, right?
You can move away from it. However, if you move outside of its attack range, it will get an attack of opportunity against you.
Yeah, you have to disengage.
Right, disengage, which is different than it used to be. Because it used to be
a full action.
Yes.
Right. It used to be, just real quick for any nerds, it used to be in 3.5, and I don't know about 4th, but it used to be where if you took 1 5-foot step backwards or out of the range, it wouldn't have provoked an attack of opportunity. But it's different in 5th edition. Not complaining, just noting the differences.
Gotcha.
All right, that's my turn.
All right, that is your turn.
Yeah.
We go to Shadowblade.
All right. So he went to the closest one, right?
That is correct.
So I'm gonna run up to the closest one.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and hit it with my weapon. We're gonna do Great Weapon Master, so I'm gonna take a -5 to do a +10 damage.
Okay. And you do have advantage.
You do have advantage.
So that is going to be a 20 total.
20 does hit.
Okay. All right. So that is 11 on the dice. An extra 10, that's 26, and an extra 11 of that on top of that. So that is 37 damage.
Nice.
Another mighty blow to this stone golem, to the closest stone golem. Anything else from you, Shadow? We go from Shadowblade to Durgin.
Okay. I'm going to go in my explorer's pack and pick up my 50 feet of rope. I'm going to try to tie one end around a tree in a direction they're coming towards us.
I don't think there were any trees.
Is there anything to tie this
Well,
thing
you
on?
did say Oasis about how close is that?
There are palm trees.
Okay.
I would say there's a palm tree about 15 feet away from you on the left side of the house.
All right. As a bonus action, I'm going to click my heels for my boots of speed, so now I can move 50. So and then I'm gonna. Is there any roll that you want to have associated with this?
Give me a sleight of hand roll.
Sleight
please.
of hand rolled. Okay. There we go. As the sleight of hand tip. That is 30.
Yeah, you think it's tied good.
Okay, good. Okay. I'm gonna ready. Okay, so I have Thief's reflexes, which means in the first round of combat, I get two actions. One takes place at my number, which I rolled, which is 10, and then one takes place at -10, so it's 0. So if these guys have got something, they can go. They'll be going now.
Okay, gotcha. We go to the stone golems. The stone golem that both Shadow and Turtle wailed on. It notices that Shadowblade has dealt a more significant amount of damage to it, so that one is going to attack Shadowblade. The one that's about 20 feet away from y'all, it's going to come up and try to attack Turtle, whereas the furthest one that y'all first found at the entrance of the oasis, it's just going to follow suit right behind the other stone golem, so it's not going to be able to do anything this combat. So we're going to go with 2 slam attacks against Shadowblade. One is an 18 to hit, and one is a 24 to hit.
One of them hits.
One of them hits, gotcha. That is going to be 26 damage to you, sir. And now we go into 2 slam attacks against Turtle. So as it's going for its first slam attack against you, it because of your shell armor being magical, it bounces off of it and slams into the ground, and it kind of like and as it's trying to like reel its fist back, it notices that it's like stuck like deep into the gravel, so it's unable to. It missed on the first attack and is unable to attack you on the second up.
Cool.
It rolled a natural 1, so
There you go.
we go back to Turtle.
All right, give me 1 second.
All right.
Wait a minute. I get my 0 action.
Oh yeah. You get your ready to action.
All right. I'm just, you know what? I'm just gonna set it up as a reaction for when long distance boy comes through and we'll try to trip him up.
Okay, gotcha. Just a quick side note: are you guys enjoying like the atmosphere of it so far?
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of a moist desert.
I'm assuming these are not considered humanoid. They're considered monstrous.
Yeah,
Construct.
they're gonna be
Construct.
Construct.
I'll say with your level of adventuring, you understand that these are constructs.
Mm-hmm. Constructs tend to be very magic anti-ish.
Roll me a history check,
Okay.
if you will.
13.
13. I'll say that you understand that golems are considered constructs. So if you have some like siege weapons, they would be more effective to it, and you understand that they do have some magical properties to them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Knew I should have picked meld stone. That would have been fun. Because that can do some stuff.
Shatter, I think, would be a good.
Yeah.
spell,
Also
but I did not
true.
take.
Right. Also true. I guess I'm just gonna hit it again.
Okay. Roll me an attack
Mhm.
at advantage because of your draconic roar.
Gotcha. That's a hit on the first. I'm gonna roll again just in
Yes.
case I get a critical. I got a better roll, but it's not critical. 17 on the dice first time, 18 on the dice second time. That hits.
That
You
does
always
hit,
take the
yes.
higher of the two
Right.
with advantage.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Roll me that.
Damage. So that is 11.
Another good blow from the Khobold turtle.
Fear my blade. I mean, hammer.
Feel my very dull blade.
My very blunt blade.
Maximum amounts of damage.
Now that's what I call big damage.
That's a lot of damage. We go to Shadowblade.
That's pod racing.
Okay, we've gone too far, too fast, too hard, too quickly.
I hate sand.
It's coarse and it's rough and it gets everywhere.
Space gondolas.
So basically, Naboo is long time ago, far, far away, space Italy.
Mm-hmm. Space Italy.
So you got space Venice there, probably space Rome.
All right.
We have delicious peanut butter M&Ms.
That take a great weapon master, great weapon fighter. Okay. Again, so I'm just gonna get +6 to this. Does a 10 hit?
A 10 unfortunately misses. As you go swing your blade at it, you see that it immediately bounces off of the crest on its chest.
Well, shit.
I thought the crest would be the weak point. Dagnabbit.
That's all I got.
Okay. We go to Durgin.
Okay, I'm gonna try to trip this guy when he gets near me.
Okay,
that's it.
You gotta try and trip the guy.
Yeah.
We go to the golems. The furthest one is and notices that you're doing something around the tree, and it beelines towards you.
Hello, I'm doing something around the tree.
Okay, yes.
Right.
Did you want to do your
held
action?
We're gonna try the tripping now. What is it that I am rolling?
Let's say roll athletics at advantage.
Athletics at advantage. So this is +0.
As the stone golem has to make a dexterity saving throw.
9.
As he's making his beeline towards you, it doesn't notice the rope around that you're holding, and you even though you kind of like slip up with the pulling, you tug on it at just the right time as it's like lifting its back leg, and it like falls face down.
Very good. It's very good.
As it is now face down on the ground.
There you go. Good stuff. All right.
However, for the other two golems, you start to see that their emblems are starting to like glow intensely, as not only the emblems start to glow, but both of their fists start to glow.
That sounds bad.
Okay.
Gross.
The one that you've been wailing on, that you wailed on earlier, is going to attack you, Brady.
Okay.
One of them is a 19 hit, and the other is a natural 20.
All right. Well, both of those hit.
Okay. As he's slamming, as he gets his first attack in you, you kind of like stagger a little bit as the golem brings his second fist down, and as he's hitting you, you start to feel that these are not only just like not only is it blunt force trauma, but it's almost as if it's like energy draining, as some kind of like necrotic forces coming upon you.
Gross.
So all this damage is going to be necrotic damage.
Okay.
So for the non-crit, it is going to be 16 damage. And for the crit is going to be 18 damage.
Ugh.
And the same thing for total. The second stone golem, its crest also glows as lightning starts to crackle between its fists. One of them is going to be a 28 to hit, and the second is going to be a 26 to hit.
They both hit. They both hit.
It is going to be a total of 38 lightning damage.
Mm-hmm. Well then.
All right. After the golems, we go to turtle.
By the power of Tiamat, I will smite thee.
All right.
With not actually smiting. I'm just gonna hit him.
All right.
I don't think smite was an option.
No,
smite is paladin.
Paladins, and I get some smites too because of hexblade.
Everybody but me gets smites. It's not fair. All right, so rolling to hit the same one that we've been whacking on. 19.
19 does hit, yes.
Okay, cool. Come on, max damage. Almost 10.
10 damage.
10 damage. These motherfuckers have damage resistance. I just fucking know it.
Yeah, but your attacks are magical, so.
Yeah, I was about to say my attacks are magical, so.
That helps. That helps.
Mine aren't. So my whole thing is about let's just incapacitate one while you take care of the live ones.
All right. Anything else, Turtle?
I'll go ahead and do the Draconic Roar again, so that until my next turn.
Cool.
Advantage.
Okay. So because both of them are within 10 feet of you, attacks on both of the stone golems attacking Shadowblade and Turtle will be at advantage.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
We go to Shadowblade.
All right. So I'm actually going to do this right this time and make 2 attacks on this guy. Should I?
Well, if you do one attack and he dies, you can then maybe do no because you have to move over.
Yeah. Well, I could.
Do you have Cleave?
Yeah, Cleave. I would have. It's was it
Mighty Cleave or whatever?
There, it's in the Tasha's Cauldron. It's a feat that you can take with if you do slashing damage once you. Wait, no. With Great Weapon Fighter, I have Cleave basically. If I kill something, I can
within 5 feet.
I'm within 5 feet, I can I can attack with something. Yeah, I forgot that because nobody uses that. You rarely get a chance to use that part of Great Weapon Fighter. You just use the -5 plus 10 damage.
Yeah, because it's cool.
So the first one, we're going to take the -5 plus 10 damage.
All
right. 16 hit.
16 is shy of missing.
Motherfucker.
Wait, shy of missing.
Shy of missing.
Right?
Does that hit?
Shy of
hitting, my apologies.
Shy of hitting.
It's like
a 16 misses.
I was very confused.
My apologies.
I was super confused.
My apologies.
One more time.
Yeah, that's an 18 on the die. So I'm assuming
that should be shy of missing.
24 does hit, yes.
24 does hit.
That's well shy of not missing.
So that is 27 damage.
You start to see as you get this as you miss your first hit, but you're able to like redirect the blade to knocking it up to cleaving into this like the neck of the statue. You start to see that some cracks are starting to form throughout this statue, and you see some pebbles, some chips start to fall off.
Take that, you plaster of Paris bastard.
Jesus.
Anything else from Shadowblade?
No.
He jumps on your shoulder to do that point, and then he sets back down.
Yeah.
We go to Durgin.
I'm gonna keep weaving this rope around its legs to try to make it harder for it to get back up.
All right, roll me a sleight of hand check, please.
Okay, here we go.
I will say at advantage.
Oh, this is good. These are positive changes. Both of these rolled 6. However, it is a skill that I have expertise in. So I have the reliable talent, which means I can roll no less than a 10. So 10 plus 16 is 26.
26. Okay. You feel like that his legs are tied up enough to where it is going to be very difficult for him to get back up.
I'm pleased with these changes.
Okay, cool. We go to the golems.
All right.
The golems.
The one that Durgin has tied up is going to attempt to break the rope.
Okay.
Look at that, he failed. He really failed.
Oh God.
If anything, he's only tightened the
rope.
There
you go.
Jesus.
Yes. I used a constrictor knot.
Yes. And we go back to the golems. Hang on, let me do this. Okay. You start to see as you guys are wailing into them, you see that the golem with the lightning emblem, his crest is no longer shining. However, the one with the tombstone and the skull is it faded, and now it's glowing back up again.
Okay.
All right. So
they're healing.
The tombstone one is going to continue its attack on Shadowblade, and the Storm Clouds is going to continue against Turtle.
Come at me, bro.
Okay, so against Shadowblade, one is going to be a 13 to hit, and one is going to be a 28 to hit.
One of those hits.
Strangely enough, the 28 doesn't hit, but the 13 does. We're doing reverse AC.
That is going to be 22 damage of regular bludgeoning.
Okay.
All right, and then the 2 attacks against total.
Come at me.
One is going to be a 23 to hit, and one is going to be a 26 to hit.
They both hit.
Okay. And again, these are also bludgeoning. 32 total bludgeoning damage. We go to total.
All right, you concrete bastards. I'm going to attempt to cast Mass Cure Wounds.
Okay, gotcha.
I say attempt because I don't know if it's going to cause an attack of opportunity.
Nope, it does not.
Okay.
You're able to cast your spell successfully. Are you casting at it at its regular spell level or at a higher spell level?
At 5th level,
Fifth
which
level,
is what's
gotcha.
normal.
Okay.
All right, so give me 1 second. Let me roll this. So heal 41. I heal 41. Jay, did you take any damage?
I've taken no damage
Okay.
yet.
So we both heal 41. Let's say 41 or 31.
You said 41.
Yeah, okay. So that takes me, okay. And I'm assuming, like all other D&D games, that takes up my whole turn.
That takes up your action. You can do your a bonus action if you're able to do one.
Yeah, if you got anything that you can do as a bonus action, you can do that.
The only thing I have as a bonus action is the roar, but why not?
Yeah,
So
sure.
I'll do that again
All right.
in case you guys need advantage on your attacks.
Okay. We go to Shadowblade.
All right, I'm tired of this little motherfucker. We're gonna do Banishing Smite as a bonus action. So the next time that I hit with an attack, we're gonna do an extra 5d10 damage. And if it drops him below 50 hit points, he is banished.
Gotcha.
From this realm. So,
All right, roll to hit at advantage.
and we're gonna do Great Weapon Fighter.
Okay.
Neither of those hit. Luckily, I have a second.
All right.
And as long as I maintain concentration, I can keep trying this until it actually hits. 16 on the die. So that's a 21.
21 does hit.
All right. So let's roll a shitload of dice.
That is why we play D&D. Yes.
$53 damage.
So as you go for your first hit, you see that it kind of like bobs out of the way of the first hit, as it knows that you have a second attack coming. So it tries to prevent one of it landing. But as you come around for the second one, you strike it dead in the center of its crest, and you see all the cracks start to like deepen into itself. As you see it kind of like be crushed into like the center, like the focal point of where you stabbed it, as it is now gone.
You stabbed it with a black hole.
Cool.
That's good. I like that.
Did I banish it or kill it?
You banished it.
Banished it. Awesome.
Yes. So now you are left with a golem tied on the ground, hog tied on the ground, and one towering over. No, one with its fist still stuck in the gravel. Anything else?
Okay.
From Shadow?
Well, I'm gonna be. This is banishment. The spell lasts for a minute as long as I maintain concentration. That one stays banished.
Mm-hmm.
So we can take care of these other ones.
Anything else from you?
No, that is my turn.
Durgin, you are up.
Okay. I'll draw my short sword as I go 50 feet back towards them, and I'll stab the one that's still there.
All right. Go ahead and roll at advantage because of the Draconic Lore.
Highest one of that is going to be 22.
22 does hit, and that does constitute your sneak attack.
No, these are constructs. They're immune.
What?
Constructs undead.
No, not in 5th edition.
Not in 5th edition.
Nah.
As long as you...
I would have been stabbing this other motherfucker to death.
Well,
Shit.
now you know.
Okay, well, fuck.
Yes.
So that's 5 so far.
Because if he's prone on the ground, like your attacks automatically hit.
He's attacking the one that was
Right.
the lightning.
Yeah, that's why I was talking about the one that.
Yeah, going back to like 3.5 and 4th ed rules.
Yeah. As long as you roll at advantage or you have an ally within 5 feet.
It
of
used
the
to be
targets.
where like sneak attack didn't work on like a lot of things, and it kind of like hosed rogues and
10.
10 total damage.
Yeah, they're making sneak attack a lot.
Yeah, because it was
now.
20, and my attacks are not magical, so they should have resistance.
In the 1D&D stuff. A crit only counts for your weapon damage, so any extra damage that you do doesn't get down.
I don't know if I like this. I like the idea that the rogues can't sneak attack everything.
that's why they had to nerf the damage.
It's because you have to.
Well, I mean, no, I rolled 9d6. It's just I rolled terribly. I mean,
Right.
yeah. Well, it's that you have there's
requirements
these
that you have to
requirements
meet.
instead of certain things can't be sneaked.
Well, even in 3rd ed, you had requirements, and then certain things were immune to it.
Yeah, you couldn't. Undead was immune to.
Undead, construct, basically anything that doesn't have vital organs.
Yeah.
Well, because you could crit undead, you couldn't crit them back in the day. They didn't have a critical because they were undead.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with like I want to say it's zombies and.
That's why liches were so
skeletons.
fucking horrible, because it's like they have it built in. Even if they have no armor on, they have this built-in defense of even if you critically hit
You'd
them,
you'd auto hit on that 20, but you wouldn't do any extra damage.
We now go to the golem, the only functioning golem, and also the one that's tied up. Which, by the way, it is going to attempt to escape your 26.
Yes.
It failed.
All right.
Gotcha. Cool. It's just kind of like motionless as it's face down.
Mm.
And occasionally it tries to like spread its legs like to like break it, but no, it doesn't. It does nothing. The standing golem. Let's see real quick. Okay, the emblem is still not glowing, so it is going to attempt to. Is it going to continue wailing into a turtle? One of them is going to be a 16 to hit, and the other is a 27 to hit.
The 16 does not hit me.
Does not hit, so only one slam attack. Those are going to be 26 bludgeoning damage. We go to Shadowblade.
Is it?
Yes.
I thought it was Shadowblade.
You said Shadowblade.
Shadowblades.
Oh, my apologies. I apologize. It is total.
It is
It's
my
total.
turn.
We go to total.
Jay cut everything that happened before that, including the beginning of the episode. No.
Jay, cut the episode.
Jesus.
I'll get to that point in the edit. It's like, well, they asked for it, so.
Think amongst yourselves for a moment. I will cast
All right.
Inflict Wounds at level 2.
All right, go ahead and make your roll to hit. Because of your Draconic Roar, you will roll at advantage.
Speckled dice suck. Okay. So that's an 18 on the dice. So I'm assuming I hit it.
That will hit, yes.
I think your spell, let's see, you are a priest, so wisdom would add to that, and then your
Wisdom
proficiency
plus
to that.
proficiency.
Yes, wisdom plus proficiency.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's a
18, 23, and 29.
Something like that.
A lot.
Yeah, 29. That's pretty good.
$18 necrotic damage.
Cool.
It takes a good blow. All right.
The iron golem suffers kidney failure.
The stone golem loses half of its head.
All right.
Is that the end of your turn total, or would you like to do anything else for a bonus action?
I'll do Draconic Roar one more time.
Draconic Roar.
One
Gotcha.
more time.
So advantage again for everybody.
We go to Shadowblade now.
Excuse me. We're gonna do Booming Blade.
Okay.
This is basically just a melee attack, but it's gonna do some extra damage, and if it hits, if he moves away from me, then he takes
More damage.
Yeah, he takes like 48 damage.
Yeah.
3d8.
Okay.
All right, and we're doing the Great Weapon Fighter.
Okay.
$16 doesn't hit, does it?
16 does not hit, no.
Okay. And because I did Blooming Blade, I only get the 1 attack.
You did roll 2d20s on that?
Yes.
Okay.
I rolled a 10 and a 9.
Booming Blade is a bonus action?
No, it's an action. It's
No,
just
it's
the attack is part of the spell.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
So, yeah.
You're only clipping it at a +6 even with proficiency?
No, I'm doing Great Weapon Fighter, which
minus 5.
Minus 5.
For an additional
Okay.
plus 10
Okay.
damage.
I was wondering where the numbers were going there.
We go to, would you like to do anything for a bonus action?
No, because all my bonus actions are concentration.
Would you like to use movement at all?
No, because I don't want this thing to get a free attack on me.
Okay, gotcha. Worth asking. We go to Durgin.
Okay. I will stab it again with my short sword.
Go at it at advantage.
15.
15 does not hit, no.
Right.
Do you have an offhand weapon? In
I do, but it's not drawn, and I
Okay,
don't have
gotcha.
a ton pulled up, so no.
Right. I will say because of you being a thief, you can use a bonus action to pull out your offhand
That's
weapon if you wish.
not one of the things you can use with their bonus. You can do you can do the regular bonus actions, and then also because I'm a thief, I have open lock pick, sleight of hand, and there's one other one that I have. Oh, use magical device.
Gotcha.
Maybe he's saying you could use sleight of hand to change your weapon.
No,
I don't.
It's him pulling out a separate.
I properly missed,
see.
and it's going to be negligible
It's
damage
fine.
because you can't. In this one, I know you can't do sneak attack with an offhand, and you don't get your strength
Bonuses.
and or you don't get
Yeah.
your strength or dex, depending on whether you're using a finesse weapon. It would
Yeah.
be dex and strength with any other weapon, so it doesn't work.
Gotcha.
All right, in that case, we go to the golems. The golem will attempt to break its binds. It does not. And we go to the golem with 2 slam attacks.
You should tie this other guy up.
It's going to continue.
50 feet of my rope is on the other one.
Right.
now.
It shall continue to wail into turtle. It is dead set on just
Well
focusing.
on. Well on.
Wail on.
Well on.
One is going to be a 16 to hit.
Nope.
And the other is going to be a 24 to hit.
Yep.
Oh. That is going to be 13 bludgeoning damage. Yeah, I should have done this at the beginning of its turn. Okay. We go to turtle.
Oh my god, he's trying to kill turtle. He's the shredder.
I'm gonna hit it.
All right, go for your hit at advantage.
Yep. That is 23.
23 does hit.
Okay. $10 points of damage.
All right, a mighty blow again.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus action from me, turtle.
Nope.
All right. We go to Shadowblade.
All right. We're just going to do regular attacks. I think math probably equals out to where that's a little bit better. I don't know.
All right.
I'm certain somebody will write in and talk about how my math is off, but I don't fucking care.
I'd rather have guaranteed hits right now than high damage hits if they hit.
Motherfucker. That one doesn't hit.
What was the total?
It was 15.
15 does not hit. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Son of a bitch. I don't like these dice. Though not that one does not hit.
Mm.
Damn.
If that is the end of your turn, we go
Ship
to
these over to him.
Okay, you have retrieved new dice.
There you go.
All right, we
Try
go
those out.
Let's try these.
We go to Durgin.
Durgin, I'm going to attempt to stab it.
All right.
That is a miss. That is a 14.
All right. Yes, 14 does miss.
The other one is not a roll because we no longer have advantage, so I did not count it.
Gotcha. All right. We go to the golems. All right. The emblem is still not glowing. The one on the ground will attempt to break its binds. It fails. and then the golem will continue attacking Turtle. Both will hit, one with a 21 and one with a 28.
Mm-hmm.
A total of 32 bludgeoning damage. We go to Turtle.
Mass cure wounds.
Mass cure wounds, gotcha.
Heal 20 points of damage. Anybody? And
So you both get 20. That's good.
that's my action.
Okay. We go to Shadowblade.
All right. I'm going to do some attacks again.
No Great Weapon Master?
Yeah, with a Great Weapon Master.
Okay.
There we go. There we go.
Nice.
At 20.
Nice.
Yes.
All
There
right.
you go. These are positive changes.
With it being a crit, you have the option of either doubling your dice or doubling the total that you rolled.
You mean either rolling 2 dice, like, so it's,
Either rolling double your dice or just multiplying what you rolled by 2.
That way, if you rolled low on those, you can just maybe roll better on the next two.
yeah, we're going to roll again because this is,
Okay. So,
one was very good, but one was not very good.
Okay.
okay.
So
So that's
7,
that's 15.
15.
25,
Yeah, double your bonus.
36 damage.
36 on your first attack.
Yes.
Correct?
All right. Second attack. 17.
17 just hits.
There we go.
No, wait. 18. 'cause it's
18
6.
also hits.
Okay.
Ignore the just hits parts.
All right. So that's 26 damage.
After you hit it with your warlock blade, you see that this impact was much greater than the ones that you've been landing.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately, as you pull your blade out to stab once again, you see that all sorts of cracks and pieces are starting to fall off of him. So you feel like he's about to crumble in its place soon.
Maybe one more good hit.
We go to Durgin.
I shall attempt to stab it.
All right.
That is a 23.
23 does hit, and you do get your sneak attack.
Okay. So 5 so far. And there. These. And that. 10, 14, 15, 25, 32, so 16.
Those listeners at home are wondering what the clickety-clackety noise is. Jay's tower is made out of a bunch of moving plastic pieces that he took 3 hours, it seemed, to put together.
Yeah, because I have my character has dexterity 19, but I have a dexterity of, and it's just very bad.
But it's very.
It's not even. You can't even call it a number.
I was referring to the dice tower itself.
Yeah, I know. It's like if my character was putting this together, 2 minutes. Me, several dozen many minutes.
Your dexterity is in the negative. So.
Yes,
but it's very satisfying.
it's not even. No, it's not. It cannot be valued at all.
Yes.
It exists outside of numbers, like the infinity.
Yes. Schrodinger's dexterity. We go to the golems. Okay.
I want one of them to say "my precious" because they're golems and not golems.
You see one of them like open his mouth, but nothing comes out.
Yeah. They didn't make a voice box for these fuckers.
The golem's still on the ground, and then the one standing is continuing wailing into Turtle.
Awesome. I'm giving him the middle finger.
All right. One will be an 18 to hit, and one will be a 27 to hit.
Both hit.
Total of 35 bludgeoning damage. We go to Turtle.
All right, you fucker. I about had enough of this. Cure mass wounds at level 7.
Cure mass wounds at level 7. You got it.
It's gonna be...
Turtle, you just fixed my cancer.
That's 35.
All right. 35 healing points too. If that is the end of your turn, Turtle, we go to Shadowblade. This thing is starting to crumble before you.
All right. We're just gonna do a regular hit.
Regular hits. Gotcha.
Well, that one misses. That was a 4 on the die.
All right.
That one should hit. Yeah, that's a 19.
19 does hit, yes.
For 20 damage.
After you get this second blow, and you start to see more like larger chunks start to fall off of it, as if it's about to fall down at any time.
God damn.
We go to Durgin.
I stab it.
You stab it.
23 again.
That does hit. With your sneak attack.
8. 18, 28, 35, 37 becomes 18.
So as you see that the larger chunks start to fall off of it, you see that it's not focusing on anything but Turtle right now, and you see an opportunity to literally come like flank around his back and stab him right in the center. And as you pull your blade out, you start to see all the cracks start to connect, and you see the statue start to like tumble down into large pieces. And now the only threat that remains is the golem tied up.
Just as a little bit of flavor, I pick up one of the pieces of the broken golem and I just chuck it at the other one. It doesn't matter if it does damage or not. I'm just it's a matter of spite at this point.
You see it land on its back and like rolls off. Yeah. The only response that the golem gives is that it tries to open its legs, but it fails.
Oh, there you go.
Should be able to dispatch this thing pretty quickly if it's prone.
Yeah, because it attacks within like 5 feet automatically hit, if I'm not mistaken, with prone.
Yes.
So we're just gonna wail on it.
I would assume so.
I'm just gonna keep casting booming blade on it, so it's just
the auto hit.
Oh, okay.
The auto hit. Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, we're just beating it, like we're taking turns just beating out of it with the heavier weapons.
All three of you are essentially mugging this.
Take this job and shove it.
I went ahead and rolled my stuff. I did 30 damage.
Okay. Wait,
29 damage.
What's the Warhammer's damage? D8. Right. Oh, and I'll use it versatilely for a D10.
D8.
So hang on. So D10. That's going to be 5 off of that, and then these. And because this is magic, I'm just going to have all of it. So 5, 17, 22, 27, 32, 34, 37.
As you guys are just continuously wailing into it, it's just helplessly doing nothing at this point. As you guys eventually like pummel it into dust.
Yep. There you go.
So now the only thing that awaits you is the front door.
The front door opened, right? It's been so fucking long. I can't remember.
Yeah.
The front door has not opened, but instead that there are
knobs.
There's a single door.
There's a knob.
Yes.
Okay.
My passive perception is a 25.
All right.
I place my hand on the doorknob. I turn the doorknob, and I try to open the door.
All right. You open the door, and it kind of confuses you a little bit because from the outside,
doorknobs confuse me. How stupid is my character? Shit.
Because from the outside, it doesn't look like it's a large cabin, but whenever you look inside, you see this grand hallway that expands out to about 80 feet.
Oh God, we're fighting a Time Lord.
Shit.
Yes.
I hope it's not the Master.
That's a fucked up Time Lord right there.
So yes, you have opened the front door and you're now looking into an 80-foot long hallway.
Okay, gentlemen, what do we do? You probably want to venture into the darkness.
Yes.
Okay.
I can see normally in darkness up to 120 feet. So
Yeah.
I'm
also capable of dark vision.
I don't even I have.
I also have dark
devil
vision.
sight, so
Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
just
so you
regular ass sight.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have 60 foot dark. I think you have 120. You should have 60 foot dark.
I
too,
think
right?
60.
Yeah.
So yeah. So okay. So we're inside now.
Okay. As soon as all three of you enter this hallway, you all feel the door behind you slam shut as the outline of the door starts to disappear.
That's a nice feature.
It's very atmospheric.
Yeah.
And as soon as the outline disappears and you're looking down the hallway, all three of you hear a subtle voice in your head as it says, "You're more resilient than I thought."
Too bad your statues weren't.
It'll take a lot more than concrete to stop Tiamat.
Yeah, he's just with us, man. It's don't listen to him.
So, as you're looking
He's just a
down,
little short. It's fine.
as you're looking down the hallway, you do see another set of double doors at the very end.
Are there any golems around them?
No.
Okay.
You see some nice pillars at both ends on both sides of the hallway. You see many windows looking outwards towards the desert dunes and the desert sand.
Attack the pillars, then the windows.
Smash him.
So we say, well, we're going to attack. We're going to attack the windows to the walls. No. But okay, yeah. I walk around the room.
All right.
Mm.
You walk around. You don't really see.
I'm going to I can cast invisibility at will, so I'm going to do that on myself.
Okay. You feel the sneakiest of sneakies.
Yes, I am completely invisible.
And
all I have to do is not make an attack or not
take damage.
I'll cast Sanctuary on myself.
All right. Sanctuary. Remind me what Sanctuary does again.
I will as soon as I look it up.
Okay.
I think next week I'm going to bring...
I love how you're just casting spells and don't give a fuck what they do.
I don't
just
give
do
a
it.
shit.
Just do it.
I think I'm going to bring the cleric spell cards so you
Yeah.
don't have to look through the...
Yeah, your cleric symbol.
I should have done that today. I just didn't think about it.
Your cleric symbol is the Nike swoosh. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Fuck it.
So yeah, as you guys are looking around the hallway, there's nothing really, there's nothing that really stands out to you. The only thing that you see is like there are some like paintings that hang above the windows. Almost
Sanctuary does something that I thought it does something else than what I thought it did, so I'm not going to do that.
Okay, gotcha. You can take away the sanctuary.
Yeah.
You're not sanctified.
I am not, nor shall I ever be.
Yeah, I think it's a long cast, isn't it?
It's
Well,
Or
it's
that's something else that I'm thinking of. There's one spell that gives you like a lot of cool shit, but it's like an 8-hour
8-hour spell. Yeah. Yeah.
it's a bonus action to cast it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast True Sing on myself.
True seeing. Gotcha.
That would be a good idea.
That gives you true sight.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
No, it gives you racetrack hot dog vibes.
You basically
yes.
you see like for a whole hour within 120 feet of me, I see anything that would be masked as illusion.
Gotcha.
I can see into the ethereal plane.
Oh,
Gotcha.
wow.
Okay.
Some Rakshasas are able
secret
to ignore
doors, anything like traps, magical traps, arcane traps, any of that shit.
Gotcha. Okay. So,
that. The actual meaning behind Eraserhead, everything.
so at this point, you guys have arrived to the double doors at the end of this hallway. Turtle, with your true sights, you don't see any malicious traps involved with this door.
Can I see that it's locked?
Can you see inside of
I can
doors?
see through the ethereal plane.
You see that the door is unlocked.
Okay. The door is
I should have
unlocked.
took the Eldritch Invocation and let you see through walls.
I should have. I should have picked sorcerer so I could just took the level 1 spell knock.
Yeah.
I place my hand upon the door. My passive perception is 25. I push the door open.
Okay. Gotcha. The door opens and
I'm going to keep reminding him what that is. This motherfucker's seeing beyond the Matrix. I don't know what the fuck's actually in this part of the world. We're going to fucking do it this way, goddammit.
so you open the door without looking and
No, I'm looking. My passive perception is 25. I stressed that immediately.
you're looking through the door.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm looking at the door, through the door. He's looking through the
Beyond
universe.
the door.
He's
The man with X-ray eyes over here.
he's hearing Lucy in the Sky with
And-
diamonds. It's fucking crazy.
Not PCP.
Not PCP.
And whenever you open the door, all three of you see that it leads into another hallway. It comes into
Of course
it
it
comes to a
does.
T.
It's hallways all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
And,
This thing's designed like an American high school.
you see that it comes to a T pretty much, and those separate hallways go into their own directions. And you see amongst throughout the hallway, you see multiple doors with torches on each side of the doors.
Is it in a do the torches have a regular number? Like, is always the same number of torches?
Each door has two torches on the side of it.
Do they look trapped?
No.
Back on, I'll take you on. Back on, I'll take on anyone.
However, Jody, because of your
For those of you listening at home, he's actually singing the exact lyrics because I don't know what the fuck is the rest of that is. Confusion inside.
But I know it was probably on a WWE game in the 2000s.
Yeah.
something like
You're
Again, Brady is not stroking. He is just singing songs from Trapped.
which is
the
basically
only
the same
Trapped
thing.
song. Yes.
Basically the same thing.
I found out this weekend that Buck Cherry has 2 songs.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I know.
Besides Crazy Bitch.
Yeah.
Total, because of your true sight, you see that the torches, they're not normal torches. Through the eyes of Shadowblade and Durgin, they're just regular firelit torches with shades of red, orange, yellow. But through your vision, you see that there's a combination of black, like black flame torches with some green flames.
Black flames. What's going on here?
Dude, are you high? What the hell?
I mean, he's a kobold, so probably.
I have sight beyond sight. I can see that the flames are...
Oh, you got the Sword of Omens?
yeah, totally. In my brain.
I didn't know you worship the Thundercats.
Oh.
That's
Tiamat's kind of like a Thundercat.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, in almost no ways, but yeah, sure.
Durgin, with your insanely high passive perception,
Yes.
25,
It's a 25,
sir.
25 passive perception.
25.
If your passive perception passes through my true sight, it's going to be slightly...
Let him speak. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
You notice that as you're like looking down the hallway, you see on the ceiling that there's a mirror, and through the mirror you see what Turtle is describing, that some of the torches are black flames and some of them are also green flames. However, when you're not looking through the mirror, they're just regular fire and red.
Is the mirror removable?
It does not appear so.
Okay.
And none of this looks like it's trapped.
And not.
Remember, I have a passive perception of 25.
Remember, I have true sight for the next hour.
Through your
Remember,
vision.
nobody can see me for the next hour.
I can. I can see you.
He can.
Turtle, through your eyes, you see that the doors with the black flame torches, there seems to be some kind of malicious intent behind them.
Malicious intent.
Malicious intent.
So I see malicious intent coming through. So it seems for not the 20th time that the torches look like they have some sort of malicious intent. I wish we had a wizard that could shoot fireball into the door.
Well, here's what I can do.
Where's that coming from?
Right here.
Oh.
So there's multiple. How many doors are there?
You see on the hallway that kind of comes at a T, there's about 10 doors total.
10 doors total.
And how many have the weird-looking torches?
5 of them.
Five of the doors have weird torches on them.
But you do see that each hallway kind of takes a corner.
Mm-hmm, of course it does.
We could start in the room of the 3 gargoyles. We kind of did.
But watch out for the temple guardians.
Yes. If you do not have a piece of life, you will be thrown away from the temple. I go to one of the non-malicious doors and I open it.
Okay, you go to one of the non-malicious doors.
I will go as it described by him, and using the mirror, I will open that door.
Okay. You open the door and it leads into another 80-foot long hallway.
Jesus.
This place is way bigger than.
Do they have torches in that one? Can we see?
No, it almost looks identical to the hallway that you just came out of.
Okay, y'all stay here. I'm gonna go down to the end of this one, see what happens, and I walk.
Okay. As you're walking, you do notice that there are more windows on each side of the hallway, but you don't recognize what's beyond the windows. You see that you're just in the Anarok deserts. So you would be expecting sand, some sandstorms or whatnot, some dunes.
I hate sand.
But instead,
it gets everywhere.
It's coarse and it's rough.
It's rough.
Instead,
Ethan actually referenced that earlier, but it don't matter because we're doing it now. It's what it is.
Instead, you see kind of like you see like a beachfront almost. You see a vast ocean on one side, also with some sand, but it's not. This is not the same location that you were at just previously.
We've gone from Trapped to Weezer,
and it makes me.
So,
oh man, if nobody else is finding this funny, I sure am.
I go to the end of I open the door at the end of the hallway.
Okay, you open the door and you see that on your right side of the door, you see this beach that you're observing on one side of the hallway.
Okay.
However, on the other side, you look and you see this like very dense jungle with vines, some really thick foliage from the treetops. It seems calm right now, but you still notice that the sky is grayed out with these dark clouds, similar
to what we saw in Waterdeep and in the Anarok Desert.
And you look behind you, and instead of the cabin that you went inside, you see like a beach shack. However, you still see this green beacon emit from the top.
Margaritas.
Yeah. Wasted away again in Margaritaville. Closing this door and the one that's going to the jungle. Okay. I go back down the hallway to my friends. This place seems to be unstuck in place. We can go. We may be able to go to the jungles of Cholt and possibly a beach. I'm guessing somewhere around the south of the coast, maybe near I know these things colloquially because I am a world-traveled entertainer, I assure you. I've never been a thief in my life.
That sounds trustworthy to me.
There you go. Let us check these other doors that are lit in green and black, but not by the eye of man, but by the eye of gods.
As you guys are going through the other doors, you start to see that much what Durgin explained, it's not just one building set in place. You see, and it's also not just one plane that the building is set in place.
Of course.
You go through one door and you're suddenly in a vast city on the plane of Eberron with various mechanical inventions flying around and a vast cityscape sprouting. You go through a different door and you find yourselves in the city of Ravnica with various creatures running in the streets, but all the exact same thing.
I cast Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn.
But you see the exact same thing. All of these buildings that you're coming out of still has this green energy beacon emitting from it with the skies grayed and blacked out.
They're all like gates or something.
Mm-hmm.
And as you guys are exploring these doors, Turtle and Durgin, you see that one door stands out from the rest as instead of a green flame or a black flame, you see one door has a blue flame torch.
Blue flame torch.
Clearly, this torch burns brighter than the other ones due to its color.
Mm-hmm.
Does anything seem nefarious about this door?
Nothing that you can sense whatsoever.
Okay.
I placed my hand on the door.
He beat
my
me to
passive
it.
perception is
He
25.
beat me to it.
And I opened the door.
You open the door. You open the door, and it also leads into a hallway, but instead...
How dare it? It was the special... You were the chosen one door! You were supposed to bring an end to this campaign, not continue it!
How many references to the prequels can we make?
Apparently a fucking lot.
Too many.
Now, you immediately sense that this is different as it doesn't expand into another set of double doors, but instead it only reaches out about 20 feet, and it leads to this spiral staircase leading upwards.
Well then,
I pull Turtle to the side. Whether or not our friend Shadowblade is with us does not matter. And I begin a witty 3-minute conversation about foot massages.
Okay, gotcha. As you guys are talking about foot massages,
He also mentions this passive perception is 25.
in character.
as you guys are discussing about different toes and feet, we will
Various toes and feet.
Toes and feet.
What horrible shit has you with various toes
As I
and
woke
feet?
over, he goes, "Would you give a man a foot massage?" Hey, fuck you.
Did you hear what happened to Tony? Tony took.
He gave Marcellus Wallace, his wife, a foot massage. He threw him off the balcony. Man can't talk right and sit.
Well, you know he's Samoan, though. Yeah?
during your foot conversation, we will pause right here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So
Stopping at the feet.
Stopping at the feet.
So all of us remember the opening scene is the end of the foot massage conversation.
Yes,
There we go.
yes.
All right. I'm enjoying this so far.
It's been,
like,
it's
I'm
been
having
good.
fun.
like anytime you can like dig out like good references to things and make it work, it's good stuff. I'm enjoying this. I'm curious what this hallway is going to lead us into.
I will say that we get to any part that gets real sketchy, we're gonna have to rest at some point because I've already expunged quite a few spell slots.
Yes, you did. There you go. Maybe we'll go to Cholt and we'll set up like a jungle hammock, and then we can all rest.
I think I'm gonna leave my stuff here at this.
You're gonna leave your stuff here on this one. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Uh,
But no, I enjoyed it. I love the description of the Anorok Desert. I'm glad I was like, oh, we're in Anorok. Like this is okay. I'm digging this.
I don't know anything about the current 5th edition settings of the
I know
things.
basic things about
I was
the sword.
I was an
but
Ed Greenwood weeb. So like
I know
things like
Eberron. Eberron is a familiar sound.
is a whole different campaign setting. So this place exists within the multiverse, literally,
Right. Yes.
like
Right.
as a cog into it.
all the multiverses.
I hope you guys are enjoying this.
I'm
it's
thoroughly
been fun.
enjoying it.
It's
Yeah,
been fun.
I'm curious how this will all end next week
Next week
on Travelers on the Omnibus.
Whiskey and Wrestling is a podcast hosted by Jason Holder and Michael Hill. I don't know why I paused, but they have a
Reverence. You gave them. You put respect on their name.
Yes.
That was good.
They drink a whiskey of a different whiskey every week. I believe they had Jameson
Yes.
Blue.
No, that's Johnny Walker.
Johnny
Blue.
Walker
Johnny
Blue.
Walker Blue.
Johnny Walker Blue this week, and they discuss the various events of wrestling, WWE, AEW. Even though they hate all of it,
Currently.
I apologize, gentlemen, for speaking. We love the in-ring product. This is a generation of some of the finest wrestlers we have ever seen. Point blank.
Yeah.
The booking leaves a lot to be desired.
They also did an episode recently on the very first WrestleMania. which is pretty good. So give them a
Part of
listen
their
to.
Cask-aged wrestling series.
Cask-aged wrestling. Again, that is Whiskey and Wrestling.
And hey, the Behind the Bastards podcast is going to have the next week. They're going to do. They're going to start on Vince McMahon, and it's going to be multiple weeks.
Hey, pal.
So that one's going to probably be insane.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Jake, give a podcast.
Silence Your Cell Phones is the premier 100% best movie and TV review podcast in the world. If you're not watching what they're watching, being Kevin Shelton and Jared Hubbard, you're a subhuman. So go watch them on YouTube. Again, at Silence Your Cell Phones, or on all major podcasting networks. That is Silence Your Cell Phones, the best TV and movie RPG and RPG. We're gonna make them review an RPG now.
On the days where we're not also reviewing TV or movies.
Yes.
Yes. They hold that until we take that, once every once in a while
from their cold dead hands,
and then we give it back to them generously.
Yes.
Like the benevolent rulers that we are.
Yes.
Much like Whiskey and Wrestling West Coast, we are Silence Your Cell Phones Mississippi.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes, and we are not. Welcome to Twitch Talk, where we talk about our friends that are streaming on Twitch currently. So April Durgin.
It's Apps Plus. Do you want to be scared, boys? She's a scare woman. Got scary games like the Phasmophobia and Demonology. Dead by Daylight she'll be. April Durgin almost every fucking night. Just fucking every night playing scary games with her friend Umbravoss.
So that's the podcast forever, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for all of your support.
Yeah.
We just can't do this. We can't come back from that.
You gotta do the same. You gotta do the same bit for Kevin Gallo.
Kevin Galla and all of his friends over on Ron and Rooster on Twitch have taken a bit of a break till the end of the month, but you can still go back to their VODs, which are videos on demand, and you can watch them as they're playing some of the finest role-playing game experiences, like the Dark Future, Cyberpunk Red, and the Pokeroll, the unofficial Pokemon podcast Game Boy Color. What the fuck is wrong with me? I'm out of oxygen.
We need to wrap this up before Jay has an aneurysm.
I would ask him to do Fearology, but he's out of gas.
Fearology is where the JL kite, not flying a kite, just JLing a kite. Figure that out on your own fucking time. But you got the best of his recollections of horrors. Sometimes he does them scary like, sometimes he does them funny. I don't find it fucking funny. I'm underneath the covers. That's me kilt. I call it me covers. Fearology on very several podcasting avenues.
I'm scared.
It's on you now, buddy. You got the last one.
I'm scared about McNub Gaming.
McNub Gammon in Gotham, Mississippi. Do you like puzzles and shit? That's an old cut. Do you like board games, card games, miniatures? Do you like to paint the miniatures? They have the paints and the brushes. I once had to paint in the brush. I painted my face blue, and then I fought the William the Conqueror. No, that's the wrong William. William Longshanks. The fucking English git. Fuck him. But stop by McNarb Gaming. They're good Scottish folk. That's why they're named McNarb, not McNarb like the Irish.
McNarb Gaming, where there's a greater than zero chance that somebody will yell at you in a Scottish accent.
Very true.
Are you referencing me, lad?
Ethan, tell us about the completed podcast.
The completed
Please don't
podcast.
pass, because I think You might, Ethan, are you also CPR certified or not?
Not yet.
Ah, shit. So it's just me. So it would be me who would have to do it.
It's you and me. I'd have to perform CPR on myself.
The Completed Podcast. It is a podcast, a magic-centered podcast hosted by Christopher Vega, Brendan Scott Tanner, and Brandon Smith.
I cast Emrakul, the Aeon's Turn.
Jay, none of those words are in the Bible.
Brendan Scott Tanner just got back from the Magic Pro Tour. They talk about their experiences playing Magic competitively and casually. Talk about their own personal experiences with it. Give them a listen. The Completed Podcast.
They once got fucked over in an Outback Steakhouse.
I believe Jay's losing oxygen to his brain.
Already gone, baby.
My name's Ethan Skinner.
I'm Seamus McCarthy.
I'm Brady Davis.
I'm Jody Kite. Read more books, watch more movies, play more games, be more nerds.
Thanks for enjoying the ride, you motherfuckers.
You clunks.